When my father and I walked out of the same villa, we were immediately photographed by paparazzi. When I went straight to a hot search at night, netizens scolded me, thinking that I couldn't hold on to the emperor, so I turned to cling to his father. They are right that they will stop at nothing to enter Hao Mon. The actor's girlfriend hinted in an interview. Don't worry, the Ko family won't let unclean people enter. But she didn't know that I was the emperor's biological sister. Her father is also my father. It's true that I can't let someone like her enter my house. We invite you to listen to the story on Monday morning. The video of me and my great-grandfather in the business world leaving the villa went straight to the top of searches. In the 16-second video, I held his arm very intimately, smiling and flattering him. Occasionally, I even reached out to stroke his arm. The comments section was full of scolding. Zhang Truc-Tam couldn't hold on to Ko-Gon Triad, but instead turned to cling to his father. To get into the Ko family, she really didn't have any tricks. Who knows, maybe she still loves Ko-Gon Triad and entered the family house just to be closer to him. Please stop it. I'm starting to feel terrible. Ms. Gon Chit has a girlfriend. On. Sure enough, when the paparazzi saw what happened, they were very excited and even interviewed Ko-Gon Triad's girlfriend, Deep On, about this case. Deep On looked into the camera, his voice soft. The thing about Zhang Truc-Tam and his great-grandfather? Well, I can't say it clearly. I just heard a few rumors. I heard that Zhang Truc-Tam stalked her great-grandfather and he wasn't very interested, so she's been so enthusiastic lately. I also don't understand how a good girl can do such shameless things. As her colleague, I really feel ashamed and sorry for her. Everyone can rest assured, the Ko family is not never let unclean people enter. Before I said anything, the manager next to me was already mad. Deep On is an ungrateful person. Don't you see who she thanks to Ko-Gon Triad? It is true that Deep On knew Ko-Gon Triad thanks to me. At that time, Deep On had just joined the company. His appearance was pure and innocent. Sweetly calling me sister, she also said she had no friends and was very lonely, hoping I would invite her to go with her to gatherings. And so, at my birthday party, she met Ko-Gon Triad. 3 months later, Deep On and Ko-Gon Triad became a couple. She came in front of me, showing a pitiful and apologetic look. Sorry, Truc-Tam, you actually like Gon Triad too, right? But there's no other way. Childhood and childhood are not as good as love. We fell in love at first sight. I hope you don't mind. Deep On did not know that Ko-Gon Triad was not my childhood friend, but my younger brother. My parents divorced when Ko-Gon Triad and I were young. He follows his father, and I live with my mother. Therefore, no one outside knows that we are siblings. Later, both of them joined Sis, becoming the youngest movie emperor with an unmatched reputation. As for me, I'm famous for playing a cruel supporting role and have a huge number of anti-fans. Because we don't like people talking about us. We have never made our relationship public. But that doesn't mean we don't have sisterly love between us. For example, the awkward 120-second video when Zhang Truc-Tam clung to the very famous Ko-Gon Triad. In fact, that day the two sisters participated in a reality travel program. At that time, Ko-Gon Triad's stomach disease relapsed. Mom, protecting Deep On is quite naive, often talking without thinking. What she says is often not what she really means. As soon as I heard it, I immediately understood. This kid is blind in love to the core. It's hard to save. Let me explain to On. Tell her the truth. Do not. I immediately interrupted. That would be too much fun. Okay. If you tell me now, she will probably feel guilty, maybe even blame you. I don't want to affect your relationship because of my affairs. D is green tea. I will have greener tea than her. As expected, Ko-Gon Triad was touched. You are really kind. I immediately took advantage of the opportunity, but lately her reputation has been affected, making it difficult to get jobs. Do you have a project that attracts me? Ko-Gon Triad asked the manager and then told me there was a new reality livestream program. Originally planning to let On join, the two sisters joined as well. I just waited, smiled and hung up. The day of recording the show has arrived. When I entered the makeup room, Deep On was applying makeup. She was still wearing a blue dress with a dark purple hem, dotted with sparkling diamonds so beautiful that others couldn't take their eyes off her. I was stunned. Isn't this dress mine? My assistant brought the dress to the makeup room the day before. I planned to change it immediately when I arrived, but I didn't expect Deep On to wear it. Deep On looked in the mirror and smiled slightly. Truc-Tam, Now that you are being criticized by the online community, you can still participate in the show, so be satisfied. This dress you wear is of no use. If all the audience's attention is focused on you, won't you be criticized more? I did it for you. I frowned. But this dress was sponsored by my partner. They only asked me to wear it. Deep-on raised his eyebrows. Which partner? They paid a little money for the program and dare to make such a claim? How much did they pay? My boyfriend pays double. As soon as she finished speaking, the people in the makeup room immediately supported her. This dress only suits On. When On wears it, she looks like a little princess running away. Wait a minute. I'll have someone call my partner. No need to worry. Even Ms. Lai, my manager, pulled me aside and said softly, "We are very lucky to participate in this program. Why are you still calculating with On? She is Ko Jia's future girlfriend. Who dares not respect her?" I'm not angry, just curious. So isn't the video of me and General Ko also going hot? Why don't people see that I'm Ko Jia's future wife, so I can have some respect? Ms. Lai doesn't understand. What are you, Ko Jia's wife? Deep-on is Ko Gon Triat's official lover. What about you? That video, Ko Jia, doesn't even pay attention to you. Looking at you, you can see that you can't get close to Ko Jia's door. It turns out that the person who pushed me into this situation was my father. I choked with anger and decided to play chess with him in the future. My great-grandfather would not give in to him anymore. While applying makeup, other artists also entered the room, but none of them paid attention to me. Everyone surrounded Deep-on. On, the entertainment industry is having a difficult time right now. If you have any new movie projects, remember to think of us. Deep-on generously replied. No problem. When I get married to Ko Jia, what script do you want to act in? I will call Gonzette to invest, ensuring that everyone is the main male and female lead. Everyone is famous. The guests simultaneously exclaimed with joy, surrounding Deep-on and flattering her to the skies. I sat to one side, silently rubbing my forehead. With stubbornness. Anyway, the previous generation was very traditional. They like women who take care of their families. I smiled faintly. The late general was just old, not living in the Daitan dynasty. My words were not polite. Immediately, Deep-on's valve on the screen started scolding me. The Kainan just wanted to give her some advice. Why did she react like she had eaten poison? Zhang Truc-tam is really jealous of On. Whatever On said, she had to refute it. Only the naive On still wanted to be friends with Zhang Truc-tam. She is the type of person who wants to destroy other people's happiness. I still didn't stop, coldly said to Deep-on. Also, girls must be educated. Don't rush to call your father, and the late Gon Triad have only been in love for a month, not to the point that his father is your father. Deep-on's eyes flashed with hatred, but she quickly bowed her head and said softly, "You are my senior. It is natural to teach me. I will listen to you." That statement made the comment screen become even more intense. Oh, On is so pitiful, understanding. Zhang Truc-tam treats her like that, but she still considers Zhang Truc-tam as an elder. Zhang Truc-tam is nothing. The general just considered her a young beauty, joking around. Do you really think you will be able to join the great-grandfather's family? Not only gentle and educated girls like On are worthy of being the daughter-in-law of the great-grandfather's family. Zhang Truc-tam in the next generation also does not expect to step foot into his great-grandfather's house. There were also a few passers-by who were on my side. Actually, Deep-on's words are too much to say. The late general did not allow women to appear. I'm 50 years old, much more knowledgeable than her. Furthermore, Zhang Truc-tam and Ko On have known each other since childhood and were childhood friends. I don't know who wants to sabotage who, but these voices are very weak, completely drowned out by the crowd scolding me. Right when the show was halfway through filming, a big incident happened. The general and his ex-wife, Mrs. Zhang, were photographed by the media on a date. When the news came, Ko Gon Triat and I looked at each other, filled with excitement. However, the unexpected thing is that there are still people who are happier than us. Deep-on smiled so much that his mouth almost reached the sky. When the program broke, she sneaked up to me and smiled triumphantly. How's it going, Zhang Truc-tam? The president now wants to reunite with his ex-wife. Your dream of joining Hao Mon seems to have been shattered. I didn't pay any attention, but she still didn't let go and continued to sigh. When we joined the company, you were many years older than me in the industry. I had to beg you to lead me to the resources. At that time, you certainly didn't expect that I would be where I am today, right? Deep On really has reason to be arrogant. The Ko family is a powerful family with long roots. Anyone who gets into it can be considered a carp turning into a dragon. Currently, everyone around Maknin considers Deep On to be Ko's future daughter-in-law. Therefore, everyone is respectful, afraid of offending her. But I don't care, I smile faintly. I glanced at Deep On. Didn't expect her to have this day. So what's special today? Particularly stupid? Deep On was so angry that his face turned red. She gritted her teeth. Jiang Trucktam, you wait. Wait for me to marry into the Ko family. With just one sentence, I will definitely have you killed. I imitated Deep On's tone when standing in front of the camera, making a pitiful face. Thong killed me? Then I'm so scared you. When Deep On saw that I was not afraid and even dared to tease, she immediately got angry and turned around to look for Kogon Triad, but looked around and couldn't find her. My sister is also your sister. I will definitely make her have a good impression of me. Kogon Triad paused slightly. Maybe she thought about Deep On's interview and cursed me as someone who clings to the rich. However, Deep On's attitude is still good. Later, if you know how to correct mistakes, maybe everything will be okay. On the other side, where we couldn't see, the audience's comments were talking about Kogon Triad's sister. Oh yes, Kogon Triad also has a sister. Then she is definitely his female counterpart, definitely very beautiful. Why haven't I heard anything about this rich lady before? She's so humble. So next time the show will have a scene where Kogon Triad takes Deep On to meet his sister? Absolutely. I really hope Kogon Triad's sister will know how to make tea. That's right, that's right. Now I feel that Deep On is definitely not a good person. I don't want her to be with Kogon Triad anymore. Why is On like this? She cursed because Jiang Trucktam made her angry. Does she ever talk dirty? As much as Kogon Triad likes On, his sister will definitely like On too. Time passed very quickly. Not long after, the program that the audience was most looking forward to arrived. Kogon Triad took Deep On to meet his family. The meeting location is a luxurious private dining room at a high-end restaurant. Deep On arrived an hour early. In the room, she was very tense, constantly confirming the menu with the manager and occasionally looking in the mirror to adjust her appearance. Advertisements are not difficult to understand. When she is so worried, whether or not she can win the heart of Kogon Triad's older sister can be considered an important step towards joining the Ko family. In the corner of the room, the show's hidden camera was quietly recording and broadcasting all of Deep On's actions live to the audience on the screen. Deep On's fans are very happy. On today is so beautiful that it's unbelievable. Who doesn't love her? Deep On looks so worried and so cute. Let's wait for On's sister to arrive. At this time, I wore a red and pink silk dress and walked to the door of the room. I knocked on the door. Deep On was very worried. It's here, it's here. She gently ran to the door and opened it herself. Miss Jiang Trucktam, why you? I lowered my eyes and calmly looked at Deep On. At this time, there were only two of us in the room. Deep On looked at me from head to toe. Today it was me and Kogon Triad meeting his sister. Did you come to take pictures? We can't blame Deep On for having such strange thoughts. Because when she first started her career, she also used this method to steal my lens. So I deliberately teased her. Immediately squeeze into the room, so what? Back then, at my movie premiere, didn't you also dress up gorgeously to come and steal my lens? Deep On immediately, his voice was sharp as a knife. Get out now. She pulled me and pushed me out the door. She didn't know that the comments on the screen were already exploding. Oh, I remember clearly. It was the first time Jiang Trucktam played a leading role, but at the premiere, everyone dressed simply. Only Deep On wore an extremely elaborate dress. The articles all praised her beauty. No one remembered the movie anymore. I died laughing. Is Jiang Trucktam taking revenge? That's why today especially came to mess with Deep On like this. Of course, Deep On couldn't see those comments, but she certainly also thought of Jiang Trucktam. I warn you, if you dare to break the cough. Tried to invite me over, but Deep On couldn't continue talking to me, so he shook his head and left. Maybe she wanted to go outside and get some fresh air to calm down. But as soon as she went out, she saw a Rolls-Royce parked at the gate. The car door opened, and a woman wearing a blue cheongsam and an emerald bracelet stepped out. It was none other than Mr. Ko's ex-wife, Ko Gon Triad's mother, Mrs. Zhang. As soon as Deep On saw Mrs. Zhang, he was immediately happy. The queen returns. The evildoers will surely be scattered immediately. She immediately ran over, smiled sweetly, and gently greeted. You must be Miss Zhang? I'm Gon Triad's girlfriend. Mrs. Zhang was polite but somewhat distant, just nodded, and then frowned and asked, Do you guys have a special meeting today? Did I come at the wrong time? No, you came at the right time. Deep On said quickly. Go into the dining room. Gon Triad is waiting for you. He has something to tell you. In fact, Ko Gon Triad was not in the dining room. The person in the dining room right now is Zhang Truc Tam. Deep On's purpose. Mrs. Zhang, the person with the highest status in my family, was finally caught up in this matter. Just now, who scolded Zhang Truc Tam? She looked at us with an expressionless expression. Acquaintances will know this is a sign that Ms. Zhang is really angry. But Deep On didn't know. Her eyes were red. She looked at Mrs. Zhang and said, Auntie, I don't understand why you like Zhang Truc Tam so much. But it's definitely because you don't understand what kind of person she really is. Oh, Mrs. Zhang smiled lightly. A second later, her smile disappeared. Her cold eyes looked at Deep On. My daughter, and I don't even understand? What are you talking about? Deep On was stunned and silent for a long time. Then, as if she had thought of an extremely terrifying possibility, she began to tremble. No way, she said. Why doesn't Ko Gon Triad's older sister have the last name Ko? Mrs. Zhang snorted coldly, looked at the general, and asked, Truc Tam has my last name. Do you have any problems? The general quickly shook his head. No. Very good. Mrs. Zhang nodded, looking somewhat satisfied with my father's attitude. Then, she looked at Deep On. Even your daughter's father doesn't have an opinion. What's your problem?